Is it one of these?
Well, I never really introduced myself to you. I always hear people and let you by yourself. I came and I got myself and I left.
You're not yourself.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. No. The really kid, the really kid, like their lives really come. No. Yeah. But it resonates because, hey, so welcome everybody. I am Chelsea. This is Alexis. Welcome. I'm happy that you're here with me. Yes. We also have the online Coven community that is streaming in the back on the camera, so you might be on there too. Hi people. Hey. So what we have here is this little thing of ours called Sounds and Words. I am a poet, writer, author. Writing is one of the ways in which I channel energy. Please don't be offended if I don't give you eye contact. I'm trying to keep it going, okay? Alexis is also a sound healer with over 10 years of experience. She also is a color therapist, and she is a crystal magician, okay? So we joined forces to create this portal. Our last Sounds and Words was on the summer solstice, right? Yes. And here we have the fall equinox, which is a time of healing, integrating all these transitions and transformations that we've been through the summer. And we just want to create a space for us to integrate those lessons and to integrate that wisdom so that we can go into a harvest of the seeds that we have planted. Okay, so firstly, I do want to say that as soon as everyone got into the room, I got really hot. So you guys have a lot. Did you get out too? Yeah. Like not just because it's people in here, but because y'all have invisible armies behind y'all. So I really hope that y'all know that. My Reiki energy is giving. Yeah, like I just started popping off. So I'm glad with this group of people that we have here, and we will start. Yeah. Okay. So before we begin, we're gonna have we did the intro, so we can have our first performance with me and Alexis, and then we are going to have the sign-up sheet go around the room because we're going to have an open mic after our performance. And after the open mic, we will have our crown and root chakra alignment with Alexis to really ground us in the space that we're in and to be grateful for where we are to keep forward movement. So I'm going to read some poetry from my poetry books to begin. This poem is called Free Yourself. I believe in this time of transition that we're in, it is not the easiest to see ourselves in the mirror, to see our scars and our bruises and the things that we've been through, but there's strength there. Free Yourself is a poem that I wrote back in 2018, and I was going through a transition. I just had my son, and that was a whole spiritual transition for me. And it doesn't always feel good to see yourself. It doesn't always feel good to grow, the growing pains. So I'm going to read Free Yourself to you. My skin is bleeding a bright blood red that will hurt your eyes and make your breathing heavy. They told me I had to rip myself completely open to feel better, so that's what I'm doing. And it's not just hearsay, I feel it in my spirit to do so, so here I go. Slowly dissecting the vessel that stores my soul, it hurts so good. My bones are exposed with a dull white that reflects brokenness. My heart is still intact, though beating rather slowly. My insides are heaving up and down like they've been holding secrets, holding hurt, holding anger. The blood is pouring like a faucet onto the floor, but I keep cutting. It hurts, but it has to be done. Insecurity, doubt, loneliness, anger, confusion, they all spill into my hands, and I throw them to the side. The tumors that are killing me can no longer stay. I have to rip myself apart. There's so much blood, my mind and the floor look like Halloween. Am I killing myself? No, keep digging. Keep cutting, keep going. Rip yourself completely open. There are parts of you that is sewage and none of it can stay. Rip yourself completely open and free your consciousness from its own prison, its own holding cell. My eyes are googly, not focused. I have to readjust them to look straight. No wonder I always feel like I'm moving backwards. My mouth has been sewn shut with the fear of what others think, being the stitching that forbids my words. I carefully open the stitches, and unsaid words and feelings spew out like a projectile vomit. The words are rotten, but I read them despite their smell and keep them in my memory. My brain is glowing, beaming. I leave it as it is, but the poisonous thoughts, unwanted self-destruction, self-reflection, cancerous repetitive actions, evil, unwanted sabotage. I am a wreck, but a beautiful one. Like a surgeon of my own destiny, I rip myself apart for good cause. Release, renew, replenish, restock, detox, and stitch myself back up. If there's anything that you remember from this poem, it's to don't ever wait for anybody else to free you, free yourself. And it's funny because the front of this book, this is me. I'm born Bronx, born and raised. And every time my son looks at this photo, like when I released it, he thought it was him because we look alike. So this book is just a reflection of the times that I am looking back on, and this fall equinox is representative of that. We've all been through storms, we all seen darkness, but there is potential to see light in the darkness. There's only light after that. This poem is called, actually, I don't have a title to this. I just wrote it the other day. Um, and I want to share. Do you know the extent in which that I can see? Right past your shrugged shoulders, bowed head, and shopping bags under your eyes that look like the sun setting. We know the extent of our darkness, the mass that sits in the pit of our stomach. Do you ever let it show? The rising of ashes that come forth within us from who we used to be, that we buried long ago, or so we thought. Does your anger still strike lightning? Does your loneliness dig holes in your chest? That recurring thought that we can never be enough for anyone, exhausted from the thought of being bag lady, holding all this weight alone. Does the trickster of jealousy play juggle in front of you? Like what somebody else has, you already have, it's just hidden inside. To unlock the treasure within is the road that we travel. Gold tinted air, silky trees, pure clear waterfalls, and the fire to burn realities we no longer submit to. Do you know to the extent in which that I can see? Masterpieces written in the threads of you. Your voice that is shaky, but a hymn that sings praises and prayers to my ears. Your sadness is a song, a melody and a tune, a frequency that I recognize. I am, thank you. I am an emotional intuitive, so part of navigating that for me is hearing what people say, but also hearing what they don't. Um, and some people may find me intense, and that is because I am a very intimate person. And people are scared of intimacy. They don't want to see the them that is who they are when they're alone. And I like to create sacred space for that. I don't feel like we have to wear a mask. And with all of the things that we've, been through in life.
Some space.
Yeah, like some room.
It's the truth.
Huh?
Bits.
I don't have Everybody good? You comfy? Okay.
30 seconds. I'll be right
Okay,
back.
okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, you can sit on the, yeah, get comfortable. There's also a camera behind you, so just be careful.
Grab one of those little rocking chairs.
So you be comfy. I don't believe that we have to live life wearing a mask. And when people are in certain spaces, they feel that way. And what I want to create with just my presence in a room is safety, because safety is important for all of us, navigating all of the things that may have made us feel unsafe. Got a drum.
Not the ocean. The ocean, not the ocean.
You could. What if you say?
That's a good. Yes.
Okay. This poem is also untitled. I looked in the mirror and my eyes told me to say goodbye. A tear streamed down my face like a raindrop on a window pane. I watched it move slowly down my cheek, everything suddenly right in front of me. When I look myself straight in my pupils, a reflection suddenly feels like God's presence. I looked in the mirror and my eyes told me to say goodbye to a version of me that only exists in my mind. A character in the play that will now make her exit. A warrior's poker face. In my mind, it is raining, and so it is outside. A cleansing of what my eyes really see. There is a funeral for me, and I'm still alive.
Here's clean, it's okay to step up now.
Also entering into the season of Halloween, Scorpio season, that is also representative of death. Death is only transformation. And I feel that I've died many times while still being alive. I do not look like what I've been through, and I'm proud of that. And I'm sure that is the case for many of you. But continue to let yourself die. And when I say that, I mean continue to learn yourself so that you can become more of yourself, so that these past versions of you don't exist within your body and your existence. This is how we grow, this is how we coexist, and the fall equinox is representative of that because it's beautiful to see leaves fall to the ground. It's falling, but it's graceful. You have to be okay with the light and the dark of who you are. We're all human, but we are not perfect. And it's about integrating all of those parts within us to become who we really are.
Just a little equinox.
Equinox, yes.
Literally means equal night. Allowing ourselves to kind of balance and integrate those two aspects of ourselves. Moving into longer nights, older nights, where things do agriculturally die in the season. Right? We're trying to find semblance and balance between those two extremes. Tapping into your night.
This is called The Goddess Wept. At this point, me and God are synonymous. We are one and the same because I have taken lanterns, walked through the valley, and realized that death might not be so bad. I mean, every time I carry my four swords as I lay down to surrender to an old self, she dies. She dies slowly, she dies dramatically, romantically, and out of the coffin of rebirth, she is reborn through the ashes of her own flesh. giving life to the invisible thread of the spirit that reaches beyond blue skies and fluffy pillow clouds. To where my soul always yearns for heaven. At this point, me and God are synonymous. Who else's conscience did you know that still projects pure white light? The peeling back of layers to kill off self-destruction, igniting a fire in my heart. And deep down in my gut that says, I've always been here. At this point, me and God are synonymous. If I die over and over and over again, I finally get to go home and stay. Oh. Yeah.
I don't have to do all of this.
Okay. Like we okay, this poem is called We're Broken. He broke me wide open for you. I don't know how you can see me spread out on the table as shards of glass that can cut you, but you still pick me up. Every little piece, even the ones that you thought you couldn't see, I'm draped across the table as a million pieces you could put in a bag and throw away. But you meticulously put every little piece together and still want to drink from my cup. Somehow none of me gets spilled out. The cracks are still there, but you always get all of me from now until forever. You drink from my cup, it's yours. Broken, wide open, I have golden crevices to show where I lost it all. And you put me back together. I am a portrait that only you understand. I am an art museum full of paintings that you can't help but to stare at and figure out. You always know all of their meanings, why every stroke of the brush is there, and why the colors blend in a certain way. I'm broken, wide open. But please don't hold guilt in your chest until you explode. I'm broken, but I was supposed to break. So you were able to see me sprawled out on the table in pieces, not feeling like I can be used again. You could have left me there to be thrown out because I was trash, but somehow you saw a treasure, your treasure. My golden crevices thank you, my brokenness congratulates you and kneels to you in graciousness. I needed you when I never knew what I needed at all. Like breathing, living without you doesn't exist. The pieces of yourself are broken too. But I put you back together like you did me. Because the longing and thirst I have can only be quenched with your love. We're broken and it's beautiful. That poem reminds me of, you can take that, as a perspective of being in relationship with someone. But for me, this is how I feel about people in general. I've hid for a long time. I'm not someone who likes to be seen, even though I'm the center of attention right now. But I know I have things to say, and I know that there are things that there's only so much healing that we can do by ourselves. At some point, we have to heal in coexistence with each other. And we have to be brave enough to do that, to show ourselves to other people, because that's where the work happens. So that is why, one of the reasons why I created this safe space, because I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. It is a superpower for me. And for you too. Okay, we're gonna go to the notebook now. Oh, do you want me to? What time is it actually? Okay, do you want me to pass it on? Okay, I'm gonna do them all. Okay. Okay, this poem is called, this is funny because this is like my little journal and I'm about to read this poem and I have Nightcap by Prius. That's actually his song. I was listening to it while I was writing. But anyway, this is called To Self-Actualize My Power. To self-actualize my power, just what have I done here? The warmth that radiates the room, my essence covering you. Cinnamon swirls as I wrap blankets around you, my voice resembling a human version of what goosebumps feel like. Angelic tongues licking your wounds clean. I don't know, and I'm not really sure what I've actually done here. To show you hair that resembles the branches on trees, a voice that is the whisper of the winds and fire in my eyes. Lips sweet like honey. I don't really know if you understand who I am, but it doesn't matter because I do. I'm your worst nightmare. I'm real love splattered right here in your face. The flick of God's wrist to create an imperfect masterpiece in order to masterpiece so your battered soul can remember magic again. To actualize being angel on earth, to let you know how I've rested in pieces, crossing my heart and hoping to die, and I did. Funerals as my hands lay on my chest with eyes not shut, but with dilated pupils and blood still flowing to a heart that somehow still beats. The initiation of the fires of love, growing gardens of wisdom from the ground up. What have I really done here? Freeing myself from chains that only exist in my mind. I wonder if you know power when you feel it. In boxing rings with the girl I saw in the mirror at TKO to become goddess. Never self-righteous, only logical to what exactly I bring to the table. I am the table, an offering to the altar of this world. I won't really understand what I did until it's time to meet my maker and I get gently kissed on the forehead and finally get to fly home. With my presence, I gift you, gift wrapped with a bow. I self-actualize my power, the workings of my heart I now wear on my sleeve. Looking deep into my own eyes, into out-of-time worlds of bliss essence, look what I did, look what I've done. Invisible quantum fields spinning around me as you watch an angel spit light at you. The world's my stage, curtains fly open to put on my best act. Not an actor, but I dare you to act like you can't see me, act like you can't feel me. A sip of red wine to relax your senses. To self-actualize my power, I don't really know what I've done here, but I've done it. I've risen from my own shattered glass of brokenness to bring you the flowers that grew from angel tears. I now know a love that transcends matrices. God wants me to show you that unconditional love has brown skin and a heart that has been stitched back together with grace. To self-actualize my power, just who do I think I am? I'm goddess. I created this shit. A love too big not to share, like breaking bread amongst the table as fireflies swirl. That remind us that we're lucky to be here. May the chills I offer nudge you awake. May my words ignite fires deep within the ethers of your soul. To self-actualize my power, I finally think I see what I did here. Take a deep breath. We have to find our ways to be happy to be here again. To be happy and delighted in these opportunities that we call life. There are invisible armies that walk with you. May you always remember this when you feel alone. Grandma's prayers still carry you. And you deserve to be here. Create safe space wherever you go by being yourself. Know who you are. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is pass the sign-up sheet in. If anybody would like to join the open mic, that we will be having soon. So if you would like to sign up, if you wouldn't like to sign up, you can just pass it on to the next person.
Very, it's nice. Yeah, I'm sorry. You didn't miss much. You did some beautiful poetry. You did not, I apologize. You actually missed a lot.
Anybody wants to check out the vendors if you haven't done so already. Few moments to stretch your legs, get some cannabis infused stuff.
You don't have to join the open mic just for poetry. If you just like to speak, that is fine too.
Oh, you okay?
Are you okay?
Good.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. AC.
Where's everybody from? Where's everybody from? What borough?
Right now, right now.
Right. Is everybody from Bronx? I live in Jersey. Did you travel from Jersey? Oh, okay. Also, everyone is interested. So, also Florida water and some copper bracelets and something up here if you have to take a look. I have copper bracelets, I have Ghana trade bead bracelets. They actually used to use those as currency in Africa, but now they use them as like beads. I have here. And I also make Florida water. That's what is in the purple bottles. Say it again. These are 10 and the copper bracelets are 20. Okay. Did you guys hear that Henry called? No. Well, now you heard it. Yeah, it wasn't a person there. People say it's future, but it's not. Okay. Right. Right. I don't think I was from the wrong. That belly was focused, sis. That belly was. Well, I have a belly too. Okay, so I checked the, Zoom and notes in the chat for the open mic, we'll see it again later. So we can start that. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? We're going to do the open mic now in a few minutes, and then after that, we're gonna have the attunement of the crown and root chakra with Alexis and some more poetry. Okay? Okay, so first up, we have Blaze. Blaze, Blaze, Blaze.
Yes. Double chimes.
Water.
Thunder. Yes, that's loud.
Okay,
Okay.
this is gonna be a loud one. Okay, so hi guys.
Hi, Brittany.
This is technically my third time doing an open mic, and it's something that I'm still extremely nervous about. I've been a writer since my whole life, but it's something that's more of like a sacrament to me that I kept to myself. Lately, Spirit has been reminding me that my words and my actions, the way I speak to people, is powerful and it needs to be heard. So, in faith of that, I'll be sharing 2 of my poems, and each of them are about my healing journey with my motherhood. And I feel called to speak this in the space during the equinox of all times because I will be creating a course around that in October. So look forward to that soon. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm beautiful, and everything I have done and I've embodied to this point has been about that. Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Stubborn Chords, Part 1. The cutting. My happiness was inconvenient to you, mother. My compliance afforded you the freedom to dismiss my existence. The frigid darkness of your wound still lingers on my skin. The cord, though cut, still entangles me. Still, it serves as a reminder that you birthed me. My entrance to this world has been both an embarrassment and disappointment to you, as my richly melanated skin and black features revealed your bigotry. You convinced me that my flesh made me unworthy of basic human understanding, as if I needed to prove to you that I had value, as if I needed to take on the sins of a father that wasn't there. You taught me how to make myself smaller, that my blackness was somehow a mistake, as if I should lead my life correcting it. You saw only what I lacked. You only appreciated what benefited your image. You let others remind me of how little I mattered. They laughed at my tears, screamed at my pain, balled it up and shoved it down my throat, filling my love-starved belly with grief. You led me into the lion's den to be devoured. I stood there frightened, desperately looking for the love you couldn't bear to give me. Then they ripped into my innocence, leaving the door hanging at its hinges for the next guest. They defiled my altar, leaving bloody terror in their wake. To this day, I'm still cleaning the stains. They left me empty till you filled me with shame. You came back only to scavenge at what little remained. You villainized me, tortured my mind with ideas that I am everything that's wrong with your life. You saw my truth as a threat to your manicured existence. Assured that your poisonous projections became a narrative that could wash your guilt. You say nothing on the sacred space that was related, nor did you help clean the destruction they left behind.
Then you have the audacity to expect me to love you after repeatedly showing me that you can't be bothered to do the same. I find myself lamenting at the tomb of our connection, and I realize you don't see me. You see the toll of your regrets, your mistakes, your unhappiness. You see my authenticity as a threat to your delusions. I am not your tool to gain the life you think you deserve. I don't exist to fulfill your narratives. You are not my mother. All that connects us is this stubborn cord. But here I free myself. I sever these umbilical connections. Okay, that was part one. For this one, I think we did one. This one is my personal favorite. And I see it as an affirmation for all us people of color here. So take heed and receive this. And I hope that it resonates. Stubborn chords, part two, the cleansing. The rage sits in my throat, a flame refusing to be suffocated. My whole life, I didn't know why I had to hate myself like this. Why I shrunk myself and broke myself apart. Why I desired to be the type of Black woman that would be worth keeping alive. The denial of my right to live follows me like a 10-ton shadow. It digs its hooks into my back, hanging on my spirit like the chains they brought my mothers in. My Black skin proves that I am born of the many people who refuse to extinguish themselves. Every word I speak is their prayer to God. I am not small. I am not your negress, your bedwench, your victim, your slave. I am a manifestation of the divine. Ashe. That is all I have for today. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, my dear. Thank you for providing the space. We have Jesse Jones. Jesse Jones. Hey, hey.
Morning. Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome.
Morning.
Yes.
Okay, so the piece that I have here is called the comeback kid. So, see, here's the thing. Everybody wants to count someone out, but let me tell you why that's a bad idea. You see, they can do 1,000,001 things wrong, but all it takes is to get that one thing right that one time to get the one thing right path. It's a superstar. That kid that everybody thinks is a screw up may not always be a screw up forever. Sometimes, just a little reminder here, sometimes the world's greatest discoveries were made by mistakes or screw ups. Took Thomas Jefferson 10,000 times before he perfected the light bulb. So watch your mouth and keep those judgmental comments to yourself. See, I was a kid that doctor said would never grow, and here I am, 6'2", I was a kid that had the teachers that said I would never pass elementary school. Now here I am, a college graduate, and I'm now working with kids with developmental disabilities. Here, all this goes to show is how the power of God and how God is fun. It shows that it's never the ones that it's always the ones that you never see usually rise to greatness. Whatever you do, don't give up on people. It's time to come back here. The second one I have is called Broken Adult. it's really short. I haven't actually flushed it all the way out yet, but it goes like this. You know, there are a lot of broken adults walking around this earth. I'm talking about broken in every case, in this case, in every way except physical. Broken mindsets, broken dreams, broken goals, hearts, broken souls, broken relationships, broken families, broken patterns. Everything broken, everything. I mean, I walk around, see nothing but damage. Some of it we're responsible for, some of it we're not. It's just brokenness. And what most people don't realize is broken adults come from as a result of broken kids. That's it. That's it.
Okay, next we have Melissa.
The story of the girl who got stuck in the bathroom, that was me.
That was just like.
Watch.
Going right to current death, so. Hi. It's nice to be here. It's nice to meet all of you. It's called Father's Day. On the day my father died, I was the first to get the call from 1,200 miles away, collapsing on a rain-soaked sidewalk in front of a Rite Aid in Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. I had to call my brothers and my sister-in-law and my mother, who couldn't hear me and thought I said Tigger was dead. No, Mom, my cat is fine. It's my father who's gone. A few hours and a flight later would yield no solace, just a stunned silence and the sorry. This is not the most recent version. Sorry. Very sorry. I lost my mother this year, and we had a relationship with New Orleans, going on vacation, and then I eventually moved there. So a quiet sidewalk fracture catches my mother one evening after dinner, a silent summer sacrifice to the sidewalk gods of Dauphine Street. A knee makes contact and the bleeding begins, and a straw hat tumbles to the ground. It's July of 1999, and there aren't many people here because it's hot and exhausting, and who even comes here in July besides us? An after dinner white knight appears, another tourist to carry the broken sacrifice back to her hotel, while the sidewalk stain remains. My mother is 4 years older then than I am now, and my knees are terrified of sidewalks everywhere I go, and what kind of sacrifice they expect of me. My mother doesn't get to take something away without leaving something behind. In the end, how much will I owe?
Thank you.
I love you.
Right, this is golf flight. If I were to slice my arms from wrist to elbow, the only thing that would spill out would be all the words I was too afraid to use. See, I am too rash and too crass and too much of a pain in the ass for your China shop art. I'm the bull that charges when it sees red, and red is, after all, the color of love. But I can't afford to pay any more for the damage I leave on your fragile heart floor. I have given away all my best words, verbed all my best nouns down to stunted nubs,
and spoiled my soil until nothing will grow in my empty fields and scarline rows. So don't ask me to slice myself open again for you, because I don't want to. You cannot have my words. I need them for me. This was a pandemic poem.
I'm curious, what is the genre? Is that a genre?
Okay. I want to run away with the poem of my dreams, ride into the sunset on a fiery metaphor, hold hands with the moon and sun, and fall in love with words and the people who whisper them in my ear. But there was no one near to whisper, and I don't have any words to spare because I don't want to say I'm not okay. There's nothing poetic in I'm not okay. There's no way to make not okay beautiful. This poet wasn't built for distance, wasn't meant to ever be more than an arm's length away from any kind of love. Wasn't meant to leapfrog the distance between nouns and the adjectives that make them feel so good. And I just want to feel good again. One more, and this goes back to, I have it all here. Oops, did I lose that one? I do not have my shit together.
It's fine.
My shit together until I got locked in there. It's been all downhill from there. So this is called cyclogenesis. It goes back to the whole New Orleans thing. And cyclogenesis is the beginning of a storm. And this was during hurricane season. So cyclogenesis. My madness is a cyclical interloper, blowing in on a summer wind and staying far too long. There is warm water to the south that makes my mouth dry and leaves me parched. I run out of wine, but can't seem to find the time or the inclination to buy more. There are masses of spine-bent supplicants praying to their deities on bended knees, as if tokens left for saints or voodoo queens by fair weather believers can save us now. I barely blink, think the fan blades whirring overhead have it easy. In my next life, I want to be an inanimate thing. Live a life without fear coiling around in my belly. I want to choose stillness and peace over sweat-stained sheets and dread, and the roaring fear behind my ears that is almost drowned out by the frantic beating in my chest. It is impossible to rest and keep the stillness, but with every little movement, there is a little death. Between breaths, there is confusion and convection and a spinning, subtle misdirection, and always the waiting. This is always how the madness begins and ends. Thank you. Sorry, you just the last one, bro.
It happens more than you think.
Other than that, especially than my bathroom, it's fine.
Okay, next we have.
Please.
All right, peace. Peace, everybody. I go by my name Andrew. I go by Free Speaker. That's like my artist name. Your friend Thomas. How's he like?
Like you.
I'm with it.
I listen to music like all the time. And it's about, okay, so he gonna put you on,
Alright. Well, just to start, I just feel cold to share. Like, so I just been studying astrology. So, like, just in this age of Aquarius, the ancient rule of Aquarius, from what I've been learning, is Saturn. So I just been learning to just keep in mind with what calls to discipline or justice or your karma, whatever those calls are, to just honor that. And yeah, I just feel cold to share it. I'm gonna do an acapella for a song that I got, and then we get out the way. The song called Mellow Fellow. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm not a good fellow. I might keep it mellow. So me play me cello. Sometimes I wish you say hello. What you wanna tell me? What should I go tell you? It's a two-way street. If off the path and pick the pedal, I may sting and nettle. I won't come say hello. It's not that I don't want to. It's I don't know if I want you or want the life that's for me. But how I know it's for me though. For me though. For Rose, I give you another rose on your neck. How it goes, I just put up your toes on your neck. I put up the turtle doves in your hand. Love's a language for some foes. How you let that go over your head? Turtle doves in your hand. You from the waters and I from the sand. I don't know how it go. I don't do no telling, just go and that. I'm not a good fellow. I might keep it mellow. Swing, play me cello. Sometimes I wish you say hello. What you wanna tell me? What should I go tell you though? Tell you though? Cause I'm not a good fellow. I won't keep it mellow. I'll destroy everything. I don't know what to tell you. But I could love everything about you. What I tell you though. What I tell you though. They say to keep it in the fan. I used to take my walks up with a scarf in the sand. Doing alchemy, that was a regular task. I don't think we said everything that we had. To 1, 2, 3, 4 turtle doves in your hand, a rose on your neck, and a kiss on your flesh. I'm nervous to think about the mark I leave on your egg, since I may be no better, but what should I tell you though? Goes on your neck, this goes on your flesh. Come to me, love. Come to me, love. Yeah. I said, come to me, love. I don't do no telling, just go. I'm not a good fellow. I can keep it mellow. Sneak play me cello. Sometimes I wish you say hello. If I come and fill up on your skin, what you feel like, and what you feel like. Oh, baby, you feel like a few turtle doves in your hand. Let them go. If they come back, then you know it's yours again. I'm not a good fellow, but you make me mellow, huh? Is that for totality? Nah, nah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I feel good in the spirit. I just use my regular.
Look at that.
Yeah. Bob Marley exalted his lineage off of the music. We looked at a spot in the sky where lightning soon after struck. Lights was glitching, but we make them come on. To at Crotona Park, activated magnificence. The desert is the basin of the water, astral prosperity, no to do and be, have to give. In Hawaii, what clearances you have? I can't plan this just to call the need. It being saw to bring tea and she gonna say star niece. It seems we share the air to breathe what we breathe and will continue. Will is more so than what you mean. On the path you encounter what you already are or were always and so always will be. Alike, a kin indeed, in spirit kindred, a thousand rod. I bestowed to lead me to the waters. You beckon. Glad well. And thank you. Yeah, Andrew, yeah, Blitz.
Oh, how can they find you?
Free Spitty Cool / Free E Spirit U. Free Spirit, but the Spirit is E Spitty Cool. It's a Blitz now.
You should walk to do. Okay, next we have, I don't know, Malaysia? Is that what it's called? Malaysia? You still wanna go or just not right now? No? Okay. We have. Huh? We have Ashley Pacheco. Hey, okay, girl. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, what's up?
Thanks, Sean. Hey, good evening.
So yesterday I was supposed to, okay, on Sunday night, I did freestyle and I recorded it and I was supposed to write it and say it to you. I could press the record button from Sunday. No? Okay. 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 So I'm gonna freestyle and
Yeah. You got that?
confidence. Confidence is when you're certain with yourself. Confidence is when confidence is being okay with not knowing everything, not being right all the time, not being perfect, not judging anyone. Confidence is being okay, be vulnerable. Confidence is knowing that you, confidence is knowing that you are literally everything and everyone. You're your student, you are your boss, you are your teacher, you are your mother, you are your father, you are your brother, you are your sister, are you are your partner. You are love, you are light, you are the moon in the night. You are kind, you are strong, you know the difference from right and wrong. You are joy in a song. Even when you're feeling sad, be glad that your heart is still beating. Don't be afraid to cry. Just look up at God. God is smiling at you in the sky. Confidence is not trying hard. Confidence is just flowing like water. Confidence.
That was the last, oh, not open mic. I guess I'm doing nothing.
There.
Huh?
Yeah, man.
I know she doesn't.
Big old.
My bad. Yeah, if you don't want to whole day, nah, but.
Would you like,
So you gotta go up.
no, it's not pressure.
Okay, boom. So this is Sam Cook.
You totally missed the first one. I've seen you.
Okay, repping the Bronx and Harlem.
Pieces I'm gonna deliver broken up. All right, sounds kind of like I started. It did. The first piece is about a love that I had years ago. First love at first sight. So it's gorgeous. She's the reason actually I started this. Her name is Sam Cook developed like 2014. She was supposed to perform, and she got kind of like you, like, am I gonna do it? Or kind of like you, am I gonna do it? And I was with her. I was like, you got it. And I was like, this, you gotta do it. I came all the way down my hat. You gotta do it. So she did it. The way she did it, I convinced her if I get on the stage first, I'll warm her up and just go in there and get them. And that's how I got the goosebumps, and that's why I'm here today, having fun with y'all. The other piece I'll give you is about my pops, a Harlemite, friend of Dapper Dan, grew up near the hustling of Harlem, and he's important. And it's my first tattoo. It's my pops. He's still here. God bless him. More years on years. The other piece I want to give you is a mixture of a spot called Mocha. Shout out to Mocha 119 and 8th Ave. It's a spot on Tuesdays called Erotic Poetry. And I used to run up in there. Shortly after I ran into the girl, she put me onto other spots. And when I felt into that spot, I didn't stop. So I had to get my erotic game up. So some of the stuff you hear may be a little offensive. I apologize for laying your head. Definitely enjoy it. The last time I gave you flowers, you lit up the cannabis plant. The next hour, we stood toe to toe, tossed kissing under the mistletoe. Next thing I know, the corner of your hoe. Whoa, look how fast time can go. I want to see you just to see if you're still practicing, exhaling smoke, inhaling through your nose. No matter how many care, I just wonder if she knows. But she thinks I'm nuts, cause like Morris Chestnut, I want to be there till the casket close. But like a movie I've seen, where I've seen scenes completely change. What want to expect before when the tempers are like F's, the different sparkle in your eyes. Not at Chelsea anymore. What about showing me that money and that dough? Open the kids' necks with range dough. A little Bronx tale, sipping Jose Cuervo, so apropos. She had the kids in salon, interviews with angels in the snow. While on cloud nine, twinkle my little star. First to know she rather twerk in the bar, rather a space. And not too long ago, we used to roll together every place. Now she's going to commercials with Q. Yo, shit was all good just like a week ago, but now calls the kid psycho. Oh, I remember this moment by the moment just to keep a moment, stabbing in various showers coming off this Alfred Hitchcock. That's the body off your past clock. What? She'd rather see the single life, watching the single shower. All of a sudden, I call her, I'm a stalker. No future. She deaded the kid like it was Sierra and Carrera with the nigga Paul Walker. Yo, I never had a PO. I'm gonna start that from there. All right. Shout out to my pops. Back in the day of PS 102, a nigga used to run up too. Frank the Butcher to feed his cat Fifi a piece of salami. 2 cats was headed the cat to catch a hot dog. No ketchup on that one slice of pastrami. Maybe a little grape of palm. My stories start off like once upon a tunnel, a swamp, the Great Lakes of Michigan. Erie-eyed superior nigga can come a dawn off the Haran. Call the kid that came from here on, a bomb like LeBron, from here to Lebanon. Red color on the cover of Sapphire. Call this nigga Sierra Leone. Cuz the kid push cushion kush. I throw my kicks at Bush. I'm Jordan labeled up. Privilege with privilege Henny in the plastic cup. I make you sing like when them grits how green. My thoughts are incredible, like the hawk, and I mean, Forrest Whitaker drunk, Mad Dog, Idi Amin, know what I mean? Yo, I never had a PO. I still get respect in the hood, like the first nigga to fuck Vanessa Del Rio. I'm somewhere in Rio de Janeiro, spending Niro with Robert De Niro. Never had to rock on niggas with no De Niro. Despite being rich, I was Richard Pryor, setting myself on fire, tree called named Desire. Yeah, this is that Marlon Brando, the Godfather type of flow. Francis Coppola, baby, I'm talking dope to you. As I got Vanna White in the van that's white, moving white in the middle of the night. Yo, something like Ike. I put in the fish tank. The beat while I beat, then I let her bite. Nigga, I'm Iron Mike Tyson. Street fighting, my eyes lighting. I'm M. Bison. A killer like Hitler with a little mustache. A mustache cast fast like a pass from Steve Nash off the glass of Sotomayor. This how she get mine. So deep intellectual penetrating. While I'm high, at your girl hyperventilating. Yo, don't be mistaken. My new nickname, Liam, she taking. I'm caking. Bumping Anita Baker. Got the soda baker. Josephine with the bananas? So bananas? I'm a banana she raping. In and out of JP Morgan making good chasing. In and out of JP Morgan making good chasing. On the way to the dough, they got to pick up his pacing. Now my love making, ugly to Anthony Mason. God bless the child I got a zone. I'm in another zone. Conan, burning pictures of bitches all alone on my throne. And I could condone to roam out to Rome. In every color foams just to make the kids foam. Baby, I'm on the bone. Lisa Bonet, all day. I'm probably the hardest nigga since Bob Marley on a Harley. Stunting like Evil Knievel, going back for his people. Call this nigga Marcus Garvey. I'm Chief and Chiba with a Libra, sipping surgeries on my senorita on the Santa Maria, right at the La Marina. And as the moon rise, she comes to bangs over her eyes. Curved lips matching hips. A little bit of a Leah, my Angelou, my boo. Woo! So I rise. Tongue down my throat, while I come between her thighs. Now that pussy baptized, kitty cat chastised. Students in her life, she criticized, look when she cried. But only with a mattress over wet, she apologized. Now while she rides, I'm weed told, oh she got it, throwing. So Max Julian pillow talk, got that nigga Felicia when he re-invoking. She said, Sam, near the end, she'd be heartbroken. We not just grinding and poking, we got my mind open. Relationship winners, we were just broken. So I sat back, rolled up, another double Dutch. Did a 69 on the Henry Dutch. Yeah, of the clutch. Oh man, the pussy was potent. All those pipes and all smoking. With one breath, she said the kid's tongue game is outspoken. Bronx, Harlem representative. Peace. Thanks for listening.
One more.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
Oh, I thank everyone for sharing. That is one of my favorite parts of these events. I be wanting to be in the corner and just listen to y'all talk. So I'm glad that you guys felt safe enough to share, and I'm grateful for that. So it is, oh, it's 9, okay. So I am going to read another poem, and then Alexis is going to bathe us in sound, if that is okay. This poem is called Circle of Life. I believe that blue-black skin is beauty, The sun's light a paintbrush on our canvas. When will we see that life is beyond this virtual reality? That we come from stars and we never die, only to combust into another reality? The flames of the candles on altars keep our memories alive. Beyond green paper with white faces printed, above evil blue eyes seeing us as prey, it's beyond these locks you see. It happens when we lock eyes. Telepathically sharing galaxies and feeling hearts pump like beating drums, the blood of bloodlines. Honorary men and otherworldly women who stomp together through our veins like marching bands. Angels who wear blinding white robes, touching us with chills and tears, and freeing exhales of breath to show you that you're here. Rages of passion screaming at the top of its lungs, our minds creating paradise or hell. Lies and deceit sprinkled like salt, blinding our eyes, all three of them. May the words I speak awaken the armies within you, ready to fight, ready for wars to win your broken heart back. May the angels sing to you like choirs, singing hymns of redemption and silent deaths to who we used to be. May my presence grant you peace through troubled waters, my voice providing a safe haven in this hell. What you see is not always what you get, but what you feel always stands true. So in a loveless world, may the invisible be what you choose to see. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who is here in this room. These spaces are curated, and these intimate spaces, if you gravitate towards them, I want you to remember this feeling of safety and love within the room, because this is my intention. And as we commemorate this fall equinox, I want you to visit the past, but don't stay there. We are here now. The past only exists in our minds, and the future as well, we only have right now. So remember love. The tattoo on our neck says God is love. And that's what we are trying to do in this life, to know love as best as we can. So I'm glad you're here with me. And the storms that we have weathered, be proud of that. And we are about to enter into a new season of the seeds we are sowing now and the seeds that we have sown. So, yeah, I'll hand it over to Alexis.
All right, everybody. So this might be a tall order, but I ask that you get as comfortable as you possibly can. I'm going to try to lead you through a 20-minute, no, I am going to lead you through a 15-20-minute meditation focusing on our breath, but also focusing on the themes of equinox. In particular, we chose to work on crown chakra and root chakra. So I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation that kind of activates those centers for you. If you never did a sound bath before or been to a sound bath meditation, there's really nothing that you need to do but relax. Try to get into, like I said, a comfortable space. Start focusing on your breath, making sure again that you're physically comfortable. If you want to fold up your chair and take a seat on the floor, you're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, I invite you to drop into a relaxed space with me right now. Again, no right and wrong way. Just relax. Follow my voice. It'll be over. So if you feel comfortable doing so, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. And allow your awareness to drop down to the heart center, the chest, the physical chest. What does that mean? It's your breathing, observing this center, this heart center rise and fall with each breath. I invite you to begin to focus on the breath. Allow yourself to slow your breathing. Backing off what Chelsea said. Love. I'm going to set the intention that we're breathing in love. As you breathe out, each one of your exhales allows you the capacity to release your cares, your worries, your doubts, your fears. Breathing out anything that isn't serving you in this now. Just truly allowing yourself this time. Relaxation. Awareness of your physical body now, feeling your weight, press on the floor in your chair, or mat. Just focusing on any physical sensations you might be feeling. Floating against your skin, the temperature in the room. Breath in, and exhale. And inhale. Inhale. More light, more love. Each breath. Slowly lift your awareness down to the soles of your feet, actively connect with earth energy. Sometimes when we bring our awareness to the space, to our feet, you might start to feel tingling, swirling, warm energy. Your feet just feel soft and light. Inhale. I want you to envision yourself growing roots like a tree, right from the soles of your feet, moving into the floor underneath. Slowly being driven to the concrete, the dirt, minerals, the riches of the earth. Feeling your roots going downward toward the center of the earth. Carrying your roots onto the center of the earth. Crystalline iron core, you are safe and stable, protected and secured. Color the center of the earth, how it looks for you. Sensations, words or guidance you may be picking up now from this grounded space. Allow yourself to begin to see or feel this amber energy, warming, grounding light begin to move up those roots. Traveling up the different layers of the earth, rushing into the bottoms of your feet, your calves, your shin, grounding earth energy up over your hips, pelvis, into the sacral chakra. Warming energy, you can almost feel stepped into a warm, relaxed bath. This energy rises into the stomach. Spreading up into the chest, neck, and shoulders, allowing you to fully release any stuck energy in the body, ground, and wrap it back down toward Mother Earth. Now feel move into your jaw, relax the mouth, cheeks, eyelids, getting even heavier, forehead, softening. All the way up to the crown, enveloped in this warming, golden glow. Your attention to the top of the head, crown chakra, a center of oneness, helplessness, and connectivity to all. Bring awareness to any sensations you might feel at the top of the head, swirling to the neck. So we're activating the crown chakra while being tethered in center of the earth. Root chakra stable, crown chakra open. Allow yourself to take what you need from these sounds, these vibrations that move through the body to help us reset, trusting that with every exhale, your peace will no longer serve down the body, but no longer serve down the body and out the soles of the feet. Down